regular season. But for them, it's championship or bust. LeBron steals the tip from Ibaka and gets the possession for the Cavaliers. J.R. Smith. He's been shooting the ball exceptionally well last couple of months.
Now, in game one, Cleveland only shot 41% from the field, and then Toronto 42. So it was a low shooting percentage, but then Cleveland tops it off by scoring 14 threes. Naturally, Korver and Smith have 10 of them. But that is the big point of interest for Toronto defensively tonight. They cannot be late on the rotations.
George Hill getting the start at the point for the Cavaliers. Here's LeBron guarded by Anunoby.
Nice.
Kevin Love with the rolling hook shot off the mark. That's the guy that they would hope would get going offensively.
Yeah, he needed one more bounce.
Kyle Lowry had that hit all parts of the rim and finally fall.
Well, they need Lowry and DeRozan not for 32 minutes. They need him for 48 minutes to be at the top of their game tonight.
The Raptors jumped out to a double-digit lead in game one in the first half. Whistle and a foul going to go against the Raptors. That's against Anunoby.
Now, they started the game, meaning Cleveland, with a down screen for Love on the left side of the floor. And then Valanciunas followed him. So Love was ahead. All he had to do was take one more bounce, and he had a layup.
Nice pass by LeBron James to a cutting Kyle Korver. And there's some of the chemistry this team is starting to establish.
Well, they're moving well without the ball, and why wouldn't you? Because LeBron puts the ball right in your hand. That time they catch Ibaka checking to look, where is the ball?
DeRozan out top.
There it is.
Valanciunas kicks it out to Ibaka, trying to get untracked. Missing that three ball. Out of bounds. It'll be Cleveland basketball.
Now the game this evening. Now at the other end, if you notice, Valanciunas rolled right to the middle. LeBron was there. That was different than their coverage the other night. Valanciunas has got to attack him.
Valanciunas had an impressive 21 and 21 performance. Kevin Love leaving that one short. He's 0 for 2. The first attempt coming from inside the paint.
Well, he's been struggling throughout the playoffs, no doubt about it. Field goal percentage 31, and also the three ball is down. The big thing is, in his matchup with Valanciunas, he gets overpowered down in low, and rightfully so.
It's a battle for him at the defensive end. This time he corrals the rebound to finish the possession. LeBron James up court for the Cavaliers. Working against Anunoby, put up the left-hand layup and makes the tough shot off glass, and he's on the board.
Well, in the early goings, they're playing tight on the perimeter. Oh, boy.
Ibaka missed everything that time.
Now, come on, you got a guy one-on-one, and you're in a bad position. You take more than one bounce.
Love takes it at Valanciunas, had it blocked out of bounds. Been a bunch of different adjustments for him. Broke his hand.
Come on, you got to get a layup here.
And Lowry at the other end with a room service layup for the Raptors.
So you're right about Love. Love missed 22, 23 games, and Tristan Thompson missed 29. Two key guys. So that's why, along with the trades, Cleveland was out of sync for a long time.
There have been three different versions, pretty much, of this Cleveland team this year. And they ended up losing their coach, Ty Lue, for health reasons.
See, you like this. See, when he gets that switch. Yeah. See, if you're going to switch and they roll him down inside, you cannot play behind him. You have to front them and discourage the pass and see if they will counterattack that.
Valanciunas with a short 10-foot jump shot is pure. Raptors with a 1-point lead. One thing becoming evident. Cavaliers are looking for Kevin Love early here.
Oh, you like that. But that's how they usually start. But Valanciunas, what I like there, well, LeBron was on him again. LeBron laid off him. Keep hitting that little baby shot because you can make that.
George Hill makes that off glass. George Hill missed several games in that Pacers series in the first round and then had a big performance in Game 7 with 11 points. DeRozan and one.
Deflection getting out on a break. Or once they score, you get it up quick. You see that? This is a mismatch.
DeMar DeRozan, the three-time All-Star, knocks down the foul shot. He has improved as a playmaker and a scorer pretty much every year. Here's George Hill. 2-point lead for the Raptors just underway here in Game 2. Hill turns the corner, couldn't finish.
And That was an excellent rotation on the baseline and definitely intimidated that shot. Pushed Hill out another step.
DeRozan getting to his spot. He is deadly in the mid-range. Out to Ibaka. A runner no good, and Ibaka has not scored. James with a great catch in traffic. Had it knocked out of bounds, and it's off of Toronto. Cleveland ball.
Now miss Valanciunas here tonight. Every time he has a mismatch, you got to get him the ball.
You would think coming off a 21-point and 21 rebound performance, they'd be looking for him a little.
I would hope so.
Nice give and go. Great ball fake by Love for the slam on the assist from Kyle Korver.
See, I like what they're doing here right now. They're forcing him to be involved, but more important, they're really working on Ibaka. Ibaka can't handle him on the screens, and then also he's catching good mismatches.
Cross court to Anunoby. The rookie drives baseline to DeRozan. Valanciunas missed the tip. Ibaka inside.
Plenty of time.
Anunoby on the drive.
Oh, pretty.
Fantastic finish by the rookie.
Mark, you're right on that. Now, Love is down, but he avoided Love. He did not take that. That was a great athletic move.
23rd pick out of Indiana. Actually tore his ACL during the college season. They didn't expect him to be ready to play, actually, until July.
See, right now, there's another mismatch. See, smart. See, that's smart basketball, okay? Now, Lowry is complaining, but he definitely fouled Love on that shot.
Kevin Love active at the offensive end. Already has 5 field goal attempts. 14 on the shot clock. LeBron James off the inbound pass. They reposted to James. 6 on the clock. Trying to back down the rookie. Well defended. LeBron missed everything.
Oh, he did. Look, if you can get him to continue to throw fadeaways, everybody will be happy.
DeRozan inside. Got it.
Nice.
Sweet English with the left hand.
When you play Cleveland, you have to continue to push the ball and then attack the rim. Catch them in the mismatches, and then that was a sensational finish.
Love with the mismatch on Lowry again.
There it is again.
Backs him down, fades away. And Valanciunas with the rebound.
A coach will tell him now, hey, stop fading away, okay? You got to take him to the rim and get another foul.
Valanciunas inside. Out to Ibaka.
Now in a college game, that would have been a turnover, okay? But not in the pro game.
6 on the clock for the Raptors. Valanciunas over Love. Ibaka missed from point-blank range, then fouled by Kyle Korver. I think that's going to be Korver's second personal foul.
See this?
Ibaka, a good free throw shooter on the season, though not been the 13th back here in Toronto. Tristan Thompson, meanwhile, one of the great reclamation stories of the season, back in the lineup, back on the floor for the Cleveland Cavaliers, had a double-double in that Game 1 win.
Now remember, he missed 29 games during the season, had difficulty getting back in shape, was sat down in 3 of the games against Indiana, and then gets a double-double in Game 7 and a double-double here in Game 1. There you come now.
Here's DeRozan from Lowry. Good closeout by Smith.
Oh, boy.
Raptors. That's going to be an offensive foul against Valanciunas. Pushed off with that off arm. And
the referee is standing right there. That's a bad call because you should have had a layup in that situation.
Kevin Love with the dribble handoff to George Hill. Love posting up on DeRozan. Love inside. Threw up a wild shot that miraculously falls.
Yeah, now look, the bench wanted a foul. He wanted a foul. But how about the fact that they are definitely setting up Love out of all switches, and every one is a major mismatch.
Kevin Love already with 6 shots in the game. Valanciunas from the free throw line knocks it in.
Remember what we said about Valanciunas? That's the 3rd time now in the paint where he's had a shot. And who was on him? LeBron James.
One of the tweaks and adjustments Ty Lue is making. LeBron lobbed it up for Thompson, and Thompson still has that Midas touch, gets his first field goal. A Toronto native back in his hometown for the playoffs.
Well, in Game 1, Valanciunas and Thompson had 17 offensive rebounds. Between them.
Thompson had 9. Valanciunas 8 with the bucket.
That was great. Now, both big guys played terrific, but then give Thompson a lot of credit. In the last 13 minutes of the game, He held Valanciunas to only 1 field goal and 3 rebounds. That was major.
LeBron draws the foul, and that'll be 3 free throws for LeBron James.
Down.
LeBron at the free throw line, the 3-time Finals MVP.
He was 12 for 30 from the field, 1 for 8 from the foul line.
Wow.
Put up the numbers that he put up and had just a spectacular year, not just with the numbers, but with the scoring and the assists and the rebounding. And then #1 in minutes.
Kyle Lowry up court. Under 4 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Lowry pulls from 3. Got it. Kyle Lowry shot exceptionally well from downtown this year. He's 3 for 3 from the field in this ball game.
See, that's a tough area to make a 3 off the dribble.
George Hill at the other end with a quick get back.
Now, if you're a Cleveland fan, George Hill is off and running. The old George Hill. This year he's been up and down, but he's attacking tonight off the dribble.
Lowry with the left hand inside, and Kyle Lowry already with 10 points in the game.
Yeah, but look at this.
Hill. Raptors are claiming that he walked with it. It's out of bounds.
He's only played 24 games during the season in the playoffs.
Yeah, he missed 3 games as J.R. Smith is fouled by DeMar DeRozan.
Defend, he can make plays, and he can score for you. But see, when you coach a team in the playoffs, rumble, okay?
Physical series so far. J.R. Smith knocks down the second foul shot. Cleveland down by 5. A much better start for the Cavaliers than they had in game 1. Jeff Green in the ball game for the Cavaliers. He had a big game 1 for them.
I see right now you're going to give up the ball and roll Valanciunas right into the paint.
Guarded by Thompson. Siakam drives it on Love. And that's going to be an offensive foul. He pushed off with the offhand.
Because he's off to such a great start. You see this angle? That's a tough angle to dribble to because it's the furthest distance. And then right here, I'm going all the way, and you have Valanciunas also open on the right of the basket.
That series knotted at a game apiece. Joe Ingles is still making 3s out there somewhere.
Well, they had 27.
Yeah.
They had 6 guys in double figures, and they played a great game.
And Donovan Mitchell, I know it's a regular season award, but strengthening his case for Rookie of the Year. Kevin Love missing that jump hook. He's already taken 8 shots here in the first quarter.
Well, I like what Siakam did there right there. He stayed right in his chest.
Wow, DeRozan with a tough floater in the lane as Jakob Poeltl checked into the ball game for the Raptors.
Now, that was their 7th fast break point. They are 7-0 in transition right now.
LeBron James getting a breather for the Cavaliers. Thompson hands it off to Smith. J.R. Smith with the floater in the paint, short. And got the second one to fall. J.R. Smith had 20 points in game 1.
Yeah, they caught Poeltl. Poeltl was late getting on there. Now in this game 1, Toronto missed 28 shots in the paint. In this game, they are already 8 for 11.
Wow. All right, blew the easy layup.
Yeah, well, lay it up with the left hand, everything would have been all right.
George Hill on the break. Inside, Love had position on right, the mismatch, and they found it, Hubie. And Love with his 4th field goal here in the first half already.
Yeah, see, he's 4 for 8, and that's what you like. They're finding him. Now, at the other end, when Valanciunas is in, you got to find him at that same pace.
DeRozan, an improved 3-point shooter this year, at about 32%, missed that one. Hill was looking for Love again.
Now, this is going to be a great matchup. Siakam is very quick.
And Siakam fouled him there, Coach.
At center, Siakam at power forward, and Van Fleet at the guard position. Right now, I want to know on these switches, when you switch, who's going to pick up Love in the post-up area. Because they've been using smaller people as the screeners.
Jordan Clarkson also in the ball game for the Cavaliers. DeRozan against Green. A minute to go in the first quarter. DeRozan punching it home.
Speaking of punches, Poeltl just eliminated a defender in the paint so that DeRozan, you said, how did he get open? Well, it was interesting. Poeltl is a big dude out of University of Nevada in his 2nd year, along with Siakam. Oh, you can't let the guy mug Love like that without it being a foul. Miles is trying to get inside of Love's shirt.
Rodney Hood tied up by Pirtle. That's going to be a jump ball. Pirtle and Rodney Hood. Pirtle doing good things at both ends.
Now watch this now. Boom. That was like a forearm shiver that we see.
It's a pretty good screen.
That's right.
Played for Larry Kristowiak at Utah, along with DeLon Wright, his teammate for the Raptors. Cleveland with a foul to give. C.J. Miles blew the layup. That's 2 missed layups for the Raptors in the last few possessions.
But it's there. See, the key is it's there for you. Miles knows that he can take his man off the dribble.
Well, the Cleveland Cavaliers, good news for them is that they're only down 3, and LeBron has been resting on the bench for the last several minutes. Clarkson for the tie. Left it short. Clarkson vows that his shots will start falling soon.
You have time here now to get a good shot.
DeRozan will pull. Thompson with the board, and that's the end of the first 12 minutes of play here at Air Canada Center in Game 2. DeRozan catching fire late in the period. He's got 9 when we come back.
That first quarter, how much of that is a concerted effort by you guys, and how much of it is the Raptors and their switching?
I think he's doing a good job of running the floor, playing faster. You know, with the 5s guarding them, they're going to get lost in transition. So he's doing a good job of playing faster. And then when they're trying to switch, we're taking advantage of the mismatches.
The Raptors have a few transition buckets, and they're shooting over 50%. What are you seeing from your team defensively?
We knew they would come out, swinging in the first quarter. So we sustained it. We're only down 3, so I feel good where we're at right now.
Thank you, Ty. Guys.
All right, Israel. DeLon Wright knocking down the 3 ball. He had a big game with 18 points in Game 5 against Washington. This Raptors bench, one of the most productive benches in the league. Jeff Green off the mark, rebounded by Siakam. LeBron James came back in, folks, during the timeout.
Point guy, and that's he's so uncanny because he can score, he can get to the foul line, and he can set everybody up. But he has a bad shoulder, and that's what's hurt him now in the playoffs. Let's hope that he can stay healthy.
Yeah, that shoulder caused him to miss a couple of games in the previous series.
Great.
Good ball fake. A floater is good. It used all of the rim. And the guy that on draft night had a draft party at his home in Rockford, Illinois, went undrafted. Raptors called shortly after that, and he took a chance on himself, signing a training camp guarantee with them. And subsequent to that, a guaranteed contract. Jeff Green from downtown.
Now, Jeff Green, as well as Thompson, we told you now in Game 1 they came in 16 and 14 points, a total of 30. Now, can they duplicate that again tonight? Now, give Toronto a lot of credit in that first quarter. All right, they shut Cleveland out on the 3 ball. See, this little guy, I tell you, I love his game, love everything about him.
A lot of heart.
He can defend, and that's why when they used him closing, played him with he and Lowry in the backcourt, 2 6-foot guys. Amazing.
Yeah, it's not unusual for Casey to dial his number late in games. Clarkson with the miss, and after that critical miss, Van Vliet said, hey, listen, I'll take that shot every time. And his teammates said, we'll pass it to him every time.
Oh, no, hey, listen, he's money, this kid, and he knows that he can do it. Great block.
Block on Van Vliet by Green.
Point shooter.
8-point lead for the Cavaliers. LeBron with 4 points. Boy, it looked like he got hit by Pirtle, but went right through him for the bucket.
No, I agree with you. Now, LeBron played the entire first quarter, only took 2 shots.
There's DeLon Wright, fouled by Jordan Clarkson, but get here.
Yeah, LeBron played within what was going on in that first quarter, but now he's back in with some second team players, and he's going to take over.
Funny how guys seem to bounce off of him as Korver comes up with the loose ball off the turnover. Here's Jeff Green. Cavs down by 6. Green going to try and back down the shorter DeLon Wright. Lost his balance and missed the layup. DeLon Wright, C.J. Miles, Van Vliet, Pirtle, and Siakam, the entire bench unit in for the Raptors. Pirtle, nice find to Siakam.
How about the pass? The pass was great. Rather than get in a dogfight, because Korver was nailing him in the back, stopping his progress, and then he picks it up. That's what I like about the second round, the second group here in Toronto. They really play together and they find one another.
Hey, Jeff Green, he'll be feeling it a little bit. A deep 3 makes it a 5-point game.
Well, look, ever since he came in the league, he developed that at Oklahoma City. And then once he started to get with other ball clubs, he's a high percentage three-point guy.
He averages 13 a game against the Raptors during the regular season. Hurdle got rid of it quickly off the feed from Van Vliet.
Now, we know that was not a set play, okay? But once again, Van Vliet is down behind the board, comes out, makes the pass. You forget the center hesitates, and Pirtle's wide open.
James gets downhill and fouled by Siakam.
Taking over. At this end, as I'm pushing down in, I'm not getting a call. There is your backdoor move, and I pick it out. See, passing becomes contagious when you have guys that are totally unselfish on both units.
When the Cavaliers eliminated Toronto last year in the playoffs,
A lot of young guys on that group, and you can play them with the game on the line because they fit right in with DeRozan and Lowry.
5-point lead. Van Vliet kicks it out to Wright.
Plenty of time.
Lowry, a little pick and roll. Pirtle inside.
Nice.
LeBron came with the help, but not enough.
Yeah,
Pirtle with the slam.
See, it was late. See, if you're going to switch on them, that's fine. But if you're going to semi-trap, the roll guy's going to be open because you must come from the other corner.
Green on the drive, punching it home over Pirtle.
Well, we know this guy can score. All right, now in game one, look, he did a fantastic job off the bench, getting 16 points. But he is a scorer.
Coach, he's got 8 points this period. Kyle Lowry with a little magic over Green and one.
And they're playing with great gusto. And you can see here, this is a terrific drive and a miraculous shot that catches the board. All right, as he gets knocked off balance. Beautiful release.
The Raptors 7 for 8 from the field in this quarter and now leading by 8 points. And the bench unit plus Lowry on the floor. LeBron sets the screen for Hill, draws the foul, and George Hill is going to go to the free throw line for 2.
Now, 10 out of 18 threes.
Hill knocks down the first. NBA, each player scoring, all while watching the game live. Download and play now. As Hill goes 2 for 2. You know, George Hill is just a year removed from averaging almost 17 points a game last year with the Utah Jazz. So this new style of play was going through some tough times, and the two of them went to their coach. Dwayne Casey said, "Coach, we're not sure this is going to work," as Pirtle gets the layup to go. Casey implored them to stick with the plan, and they went on to win 59 games during the regular season.
Well, right now, the bench people have 16 points for Toronto. It's 16 to 10. And people just, Toronto in the top 5 in offense, top 5 in defense all year.
And boy, Kevin Love is feeling it here in the first half. Knocks down the long ball, and it's a 5-point game. 6.5 to go here in the first half. The Cavaliers trying to take a 2-0 lead in the series. Anunoby fouled by Love, and Dwayne Casey wide.
He has 24 points in the paint, and then also now they're 3 for 8 in the 3-ball. You have to pay attention to that 3-ball now.
Defense, Dwayne Casey, the architect of the Mavericks championship team back in 2011. Here's Lowry, still red hot.
Now, if they're going to double team like that, off of the passer, all right, now you have a 2-man game going because the passer will be wide open for the 3. You like that. 2 on one side of the floor.
Lowry is 6 for 6 from the field, 16 points in the game. Love couldn't counter. Lowry with the rebound and the run out. Toronto is 9 for 10 from the field in this quarter. Why not?
He's a good 3-point shooter during the season. He had an excellent 3-point average, and in the first round of the playoffs, he backed it up by shooting 50%.
LeBron James takes out his do-it-yourself kit and gets the layup. LeBron James with a quiet first half so far. He's got 10.
Isn't it amazing? Most guys would be happy with 10.
Quiet.
That's right.
Van Vliet. Love with the board. Smith up to Kyle Korver. Corner 3, George Hill on the way. And 1 and done at the offensive end for the Cavaliers.
Well, give Toronto a lot of credit. They've really done a good job in cutting down Korver as well as Smith getting any kind of a look for a three-point shot.
Korver had 19 points in the previous game. Van Vliet feeling a lot better tonight than he did a couple of nights ago. Timeout, Cleveland. Light in being able to destigmatize mental health and bring it out of the darkness and into the light. George Hill up court against Van Vliet. Biggest lead of the ball game so far for the Raptors at 9. Love with a nice cut. LeBron found him for the layup.
Now that is his 15th point. Just think about this now. He's off and running. He's 6 for 12 from the field. But give Toronto's defense credit. J.R. Smith and Korver do not have a three-point make. That is big.
Stark contrast to game 1, but what a call by Ty Lue coming out of that timeout.
How about this? Love on DeRozan. Pretty.
DeRozan inside, and they found the big man, Valanciunas.
See, if you have not seen Toronto this year, that's what they do. Now, DeRozan, if he shot that, no one would have said a word. But he saw that Valanciunas was moving without the ball and had a guy pinned. Beautiful pass.
DeRozan a career high in assists this year.
Oh.
A lot of contact as Valanciunas ran over, it looked like, George Hill.
Or whether he was following. Now, see, he's trying to follow. But in the early time, he went over the top. That time, he tried to go through the man. Well, we know you got to go through the hole. Okay?
Nobody wants 270 pounds on top of them like that. As Kevin Love continues to show well here in the first half. The slam dunk giving him 17 points here in the first half. Lowry. Anunoby inside. Left it short. And the Cavaliers with a chance to cut it to 5. LeBron James with 10 points and 6 assists. Back to James.
Nice move.
Right down Main Street for the easy bucket.
Great pass. Kevin could have not put it on the floor, made something happen, but beautifully he looked right over at LeBron. LeBron wide open.
And the lead is down to 5 for Toronto.
Look, Toronto's playing great. Cleveland's just playing okay.
And Anunoby from deep. Got it. We're talking about the fact he had a knee injury at Indiana in January of 2017. They didn't expect him to be ready until January this year, but he was ready for opening day here in Toronto.
Look, if you're going to miss a layup, it's nice to follow up with a three.
Okay.
Now, what he does not want to do is pick up a foul outside here.
James spins and goes off glass. LeBron James now with 14. He and Love have scored the last 13 in a row for Cleveland. And Korver got caught reaching. And the question that lies ahead.
Now maximizing their possessions. Al ends DeRozan the same way. And now, when your two top scorers, they've got to accept that. Okay, they got to accept that.
How tough is that for a coach?
Well, come on now. When you're a great player, well, you know what? You better win. And did they? Yeah. They sure did.
59
It's
times.
about winning. That's what it's all about.
8-point lead for the Raptors. Approaching 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Miles on LeBron James. LeBron rips through. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. No, a foul called before the end of the shot clock against the Raptors.
Now that's unfortunate for Toronto because you played them great right there. Then they pick up the loose ball, but you could see the foul. Yeah. He was able to get it on the glass.
George Hill, former 2008 draft pick of the San Antonio Spurs. 5-point ball game, 2 minutes to go here in game 2 in the first half.
Now see, this is what they did again in game 1. They closed the gap right before the half and only went off 3 down.
Rosen on George Hill.
He got away with a push.
Kicks it out to Lowry. He hasn't missed yet, and that's his first miss of the night.
Look out here.
Ron James on the move. J.R. Smith for 3, and that's his 3-ball shooting. A long 2, actually. His foot was on the line. The Cleveland Cavaliers back to within 3.
Well, when LeBron is in the middle of the floor, just run to the open spots.
Lowry lost the handle, and it's Cleveland basketball. Let's take one more look at what exactly happened here. Oh, he took an elbow in the eye area.
Yeah.
From substitutes. The young guys got in the weight room a lot, and when coach called his number in game 7, he was ready, as he was in game 1 here.
All right, Love is back at the center position. Green is at power forward. and LeBron is being played by Miles.
10 on the shot clock. LeBron going to back him down.
Great fake.
Love with the three. Way off. LeBron. The Cavaliers got another lucky bounce, but LeBron missed the easy layup. Under a minute to go. Valanciunas had it knocked away nicely by J.R. Smith.
That was a beautiful play and a great pass. Unfortunately, Valanciunas fumbles it.
A whistle, and that's going to be a tripping foul against the Raptors.
It's difficult, mainly because at the other end, you thought things didn't go well. Now here, the defensive player is planted. Now watch, he's not moving, he's planted. So now that could have been a charge. If you're a Toronto fan who's booing right now, you wanted a charge, and never mind, he was stationary, not moving.
They called the third personal foul, Hubie, against Kyle Lowry.
They cannot relax and let him back. This is exactly what happened in game one with the big double figure, and you go off only 3 points up.
Technical foul was called against Dwayne Casey. LeBron can...
The three ball has been big for them.
LeBron has
missed again.
14 points, 7 assists, and 3 boards.
Remember, he told you now in game one he was 1 for 8 from the foul line.
6-0 Cavalier run. DeRozan working on Hill, got to his spot and scored it.
He can isolate on transition and take anybody there off the dribble. It's just a great move, because as he goes down in there and he gives that spin, he catches him and plays the glass.
James finds an open Jeff Green. Love with the rebound, and they can run it down if they want. And they'll pull it out and run one with 13 seconds to go in the half. Miles guarding LeBron. 6 seconds to go. LeBron with the pull-up. Got it from the top of the key. James with 16. And that's going to be the end of the first half. After leading by as many as 9 about 4 minutes ago, the lead is down to 2 for Toronto. LeBron James coming on strong to close the quarter. That's the end of the first half.
And whenever they run sets for Kyle Korver and take advantage of those switches, Kevin Love can eat all day in the post, guys.
Well, Kevin Love with that big first half had 18 points.
Well, you just got a bad turnover there by Ibaka. Now give LeBron James a lot of credit. He's played a game and a half in this series. He has 20 assists and only 2 turnovers. Oh, right on the money.
How about 21 assists?
How about that? Same player, same area, same pass, coming on a down screen from the other side. Run that curl and run it hard, because you know LeBron will deliver the pass. Not only does he deliver, but he delivers so that you can...
Assist to turnover ratio as Cleveland takes the lead here. 1 point just underway in the third quarter. Cavaliers have won 7 straight playoff games against the Raptors going back a couple of seasons. Ibaka continues to struggle. LeBron with a rebound. Serge Ibaka 0 for 5 from the field, just 2 points. Anunoby, watch LeBron shoot that right over him.
Well, I say he's in the mood. He was 1 for 2 at the end of the first quarter. He's now 7 for 10. And not only that, with the 7 assists.
DeRozan, a little bit out of control, missed the shot.
Yeah, so you got to be careful right here now, the first 5 minutes. Because if Cleveland gets rolling, don't save the timeouts. Keep them close.
Hill gives it to LeBron James. With a mismatch, has Valanciunas guarding him. LeBron with the pull-up. And just off the mark, rebounded by Valanciunas.
Now, in game 1, Toronto just slowed the pace down in the second half rather than keep it attacking every opportunity that you can.
Valanciunas well defended by Love. Lowry, a lot of contact. And they're going to call that a charge on Lowry. That is his 4th personal foul.
A big decision here. See, once you leave your feet to pass, now you can't control. Also, give the defender a ton of credit. Kevin Love takes the charge right in the chest.
That is huge. Dwayne Casey is going to leave him in temporarily. Korver nails the three.
All right, now look, this is a bad start. You have to stop. You're 0 for 2 and 2 turnovers. You only had 6 turnovers at halftime.
And the big news out of the timeout, Hubie, is that Dwayne Casey is going to leave Kyle Lowry in the ballgame.
Well, this is a big
4
gamble.
fouls.
This is a major gamble, and all you know, you got just get him on a switch and take him strong.
Valanciunas muscling Love inside for the bucket.
See, they need him. They need him to go because they can get that switch every time. They proved it in game 1. They proved it in the first half. Now, remember now, he only played 9 minutes, and then he got a little 6 at the end.
He's got 10 points. Love tries to go quickly on him. Tough fadeaway.
There you go.
Had no chance.
Big thing for Toronto. You must hold Cleveland to 1 shot and get high percentage shots here now. Now, there's that switch. There it is again.
And LeBron came over and is going to be whistled for the foul.
They cut him in the face. Pick him up in the paint. Now, keep an eye now. Now, this you can see it right there. Yeah, see, he got it's a scrape. He got scraped. Got scraped with LeBron's hand.
Had a couple of guys get roughed up to the face area. Thompson got hit and was bleeding earlier. Anunoby missed everything on that shot.
He missed that by a foot. Now, if LeBron is going to come out of the right corner, and that corner is going to be wide open.
To the year candidates, watching his team squander a second quarter lead and now trail by 4.
Now remember now, Anunoby, he's got 3 fouls himself.
James out front. Over to J.R. Smith, unguarded for 3. Hits nothing but net.
If you're going to trap LeBron out by the 3-point line and not rotate to J.R. Smith or Korver, you're asking for a bad second half.
Good ball movement. And C.J. Miles looks at the Cavaliers bench and says, I'll make those all day.
Yeah, well, we know that he's one of the best streak shooters. Came right out of high school into the pros. Any place that he goes, he can shoot a high percentage with 3s.
Out of Skyline High School in Dallas, the same high school as Larry Johnson, former Charlotte player, and Nick James on the drive, and one over C.J. Miles.
He's going back and forth, back and forth. As soon as he saw the switch, he's going strong right to the basket. No way can Miles play him down inside. Now, they got what they wanted. Now, if you notice, they're not...
You got LeBron James out there. He's so unique, but he continues to lead points, Hubie, at the free throw line. Now just 4 of 8.
4 of 8. 1 of 8, 4 of 8. 2 games.
Lowry out to Anunoby. Missed his last jump shot by a foot, and here turns it over.
Look out here now.
J.R. Smith on the break, drops it for LeBron. Love the trailer. Good pump fake, and knocks down the 3 ball.
Now, Love just did that right in front of us. He was raising his hand as he crossed half court, and LeBron spots him from over on the right-hand corner and hits him with a pass.
Incredible vision. DeRozan blocked by Love. And here's LeBron. Got in the air, found Hill for the layup. And the Cavaliers, with their biggest lead of the ball game, timeout Dwayne Casey.
Well, we're going to show you that last fast break. Now you're wondering what's wrong. Toronto 2 for 6 with 3 turnovers. Now just watch as they flow. Once LeBron goes in, now to the right of your screen, there he is. You saw him call for it. Beautiful ball fake to shed off the challenger and knock in a 3. Now LeBron James is having a monster game with the 20 points and the 12 assists. Unbelievable.
Yeah, look at what he has been the catalyst for in the third quarter, outscoring Toronto 18-5. Out of the timeout, DeRozan stops the hemorrhaging just temporarily anyway.
Well, they're now 3 for 6 with 3 turnovers. And at the other end, Cleveland 7 for 9, taking advantage of the misses and the turnovers.
Kevin Love with a mismatch here against C.J. Miles. Love put him in the weight room and got the bucket off glass.
Physically off the dribble, Love and LeBron have been terrific all night.
Here's DeRozan. Rebounded by LeBron. You can hear him saying that's all right, communicating out there. Here's the quarterback defensively for this team.
Well, if you are a coach on Cleveland, you're happy because you're not giving Toronto any second chance opportunities. Toronto just shed Miles. Now remember, Miles is 6'8". He just moved him with no problem.
DeRozan into the paint. Miles over Korver, and C.J. Miles does what he does.
Now, what are they doing here? They've gone with the team that usually finishes outside of Siakam. All right, the Siakam is out there, and they have Miles. So they have Miles and Van Vliet and Lowry, three key three-point shooters in there with DeRozan and Siakam.
They're trying to post up Kevin Love again.
Yeah, well,
against
this is
Miles
smart.
again.
Yeah, this is smart.
Walked him down and got the jump hook to fall, Hubie.
Yeah, well, if you're not going to double team Kevin Love down there, come on, this is easy for him. He's just going to shoot up over the top of Miles.
Hey, folks, remember, Kevin Love with the Timberwolves one year averaged 26 points and 13 rebounds. He is a prolific scorer when you dial his number. 11-point lead for the Cavaliers. Lowry and one.
And that was man-made, like they say. I mean, he just traveled. He traveled up quite a way from the left side of the floor, underneath the basket, out, and then on a curl move. As soon as he had Love on him, he knew to continue.
Past the midway point of the third quarter.
This is going to come down to now this group wearing white shirts. You got to really dig in here. You have to dig in, stop the scoring like over 50% shooting, hold them to one shot, and then execute. Sounds easy.
Yeah. Back to Love.
Nice. Oh,
this time C.J. Miles had the upper hand, but couldn't. Got 25.
The guy with the ball has also been a little bit of a contributor. Yeah. All right.
Approaching a playoff career high for assists. LeBron has 12.
Oh, boy. Now, come on. This is where you got to go. You got a 4-on-3.
Corner three, Van Vliet.
Nope.
Left it short, and Korver with a rebound for Cleveland.
That's how you got to keep pushing. You have to keep pushing because you have your best three-point shooters in there.
A whistle and a foul going to go against C.J. Miles.
2 for 5 with the 3-ball. All-around game. Now, you got to wear this out if they're not going to double team.
They are just milking Kevin Love. Great bounce pass to LeBron. He paid it back to LeBron.
While Siakam turned his head to check what was going to happen. As soon as LeBron saw that, backdoor move.
Three-pointer short. LeBron with the rebound and on the run. Cavaliers spin.
Nice.
Bucket. LeBron and the Cavaliers with their biggest lead of the night at 12 points.
In spite of all of this, you're still only down 12. Can you shoot a better percentage or get to the foul line? Because you're not doing that right now. You're missing and you're turning the ball over.
Miles with a quick jumper, no good. Love with another rebound. Speaking with Kyle Korver before the game, he said this team is now learning how to play with LeBron James. They're establishing chemistry. Love inside over Miles.
They're going to wear this out. Now, that time when he made his move, he shot that left-hander off the glass. And why not? Continue to wear them out until they change whether they're going to double team or make a substitution.
Miles with a pump fake. Back to Van Vliet. This time he knocks down the three.
Now, in spite of all of this, you look up there right now, you're only down 11. Timeout is called. They have scored 51 points, 24 and 27. But most important, they are 21 for 34 from the field.
James. Fadeaway. That's the shot that he made near the end of regulation over Anunoby in game 1. And he hit net again. LeBron James has 26 points and 13 assists. Bucket good. Miles back at the other end.
Now look, that was a tough shot. But Miles can make that because he has outstanding range.
LeBron James is 3 rebounds shy of a triple-double. Working against Siakam. And that 3 is good. He is feeling it right now.
Well, the bench is up. Everybody should be up if you're a Cleveland fan here in this building.
LeBron has 13 in the quarter, Hubie.
Yeah, oh, they're putting on some show. Their defense has been excellent, holding you to one shot, turning you over.
And one of the loudest buildings in the league has gone deafeningly silent as Kevin Love corrals that rebound. LeBron James leading the way for Cleveland.
It's LeBron and Love and the rest of the guys doing a great job moving without the ball, and then also screening, doing good screens, and then the one-on-one play right here.
One-on-one.
James and Love throughout this quarter has just been outstanding.
LeBron James is eviscerating the Raptors right now. He has 15 points in the quarter. And the lead is 15 for the Cavaliers. DeRozan about to check back in.
They're doing a nice job defensively.
Well, on right, as you say that.
Well,
they give up the
let me erase
bucket.
that. But in the quarter, they're keeping them outside to either take the three or the mid-range game, and they've taken away all of the easy baskets and all the points in the paint that Toronto had at halftime.
Korver sets the screen for James. Miles switches onto him. 4 on the clock. LeBron with the heat check. That one off the mark. 1:18 to go in the third quarter. A period dominated by the Cavaliers. Van Vliet thought about it. Right inside. Pirtle wasn't ready for it.
No.
And here's George Hill out of the pack. Got a hit of steam, and Hill gets the layup to go.
George, he's had a great game tonight, not just on the break, but in the half-court game, getting to the rim. Whether it's a backdoor move or off the dribble, he's been very active.
And there is a here we go again vibe here in Toronto at Air Canada Center. Pirtle inside, fouled, and that's going to be a block against the Cavaliers. Indefatigable LeBron James as Pirtle knocks down the shot. Gets nitrogen treatments to reduce inflammation, and he is a finely tuned machine when it comes to basketball, folks. It's not by accident.
Well, you like the fact that he backed it all up by playing 82 games.
Al Korver left it short. 13-point lead for the Cavaliers.
Come on, now you got to get a couple here.
DeRozan with the Euro step and layup.
Great. Now the defense has got to come up here now. You got to get him on a miss because you'll have a few seconds that you could advance the ball.
LeBron is on the bench. Hill up court working against Van Vliet. It's about a 3-second difference between the shot and the game clock. Tristan Thompson back in, setting the screen. 2 on the clock. Hill.
Now you got to go.
2 seconds to go. DeRozan. And that's the end of the third quarter of play. Cleveland.
Dwayne Casey. Dwayne, what turned there in that third quarter?
Well, we let our foot off the gas defensively. We stopped guarding. We stopped rebounding. We turned the ball over. So just kind of got discombobulated. Again, it's a long game. It's another quarter. But I want to make sure we had some gas and some juice with our first unit going back in the fourth quarter.
It's already difficult enough to defend when LeBron is hitting shots. How do you neutralize Kevin Love?
Well, the thing about it, we got to make sure we got the right matchups. We went small, to see how it went, and it wasn't good. So we got to make sure we get a bigger body on him.
Thank you, Dwayne. Guys?
And the Cavaliers start the quarter, Israel, with a 3-ball by Jeff Green.
I just want to bring out in the second and third quarters, 35 and 37 points, 72 points in those 2 quarters for Cleveland.
Cavaliers leading by 14 points, just underway here in the fourth quarter. Van Vliet driving on Jeff Green. 1 on the shot clock, and the Raptors turn it over. An inauspicious beginning on the first 2 possessions. Green fouled inside. He'll go to the line for a pair.
And not allowing Toronto to jam him like they did in game 1.
And this is a good defensive team, the Raptors, at least during the regular season. Hey, let's take a look at the upcoming national television schedule. Tonight, game 2 between Philadelphia and Boston on TNT. Friday, we got a doubleheader for you. Golden State at New Orleans, followed by Houston at Utah. Then Saturday, game 3s, Boston at Philadelphia on ESPN. ABC primetime will be in Cleveland for game 3 of this series. Hubie, hey, what about Utah last night?
A great win.
Making some adjustments and a big win in Houston.
Well, they wore out the painted area, and Houston could not cover it. And then also 6 guys were in double figures, played great. And then Ingles with 27 points was absolutely magnificent. Every time they needed a 3, they got it.
Boy, Steph Curry looked real rusty, didn't he, in his comeback?
Well, the other night, like I told you, I took him 2 shots to make the shot from the tunnel.
Oh, LeBron!
Oh, boy.
That thing was in the air so long, it should have had a movie on it. That was the high arcing jumper that fell. And that's the look written on the faces of the 19,000 fans here at Air Canada Center. A 16-point advantage. DeRozan. And LeBron James with the rebound. He is in full rhythm right now. Backing down Lowry. Heat check. Still sizzling. LeBron James tearing up Toronto.
You have to call a timeout. You have to call that time. Mainly because these two shots, very few guys can drift that far back and hit nothing but the bottom of the net time and time again. How about that one for distance? Look, LeBron James has 35. Kevin Love has 27. That's 62. They're 26 for 40, which is 65% between the two of them.
They have carried the Cavs at the offensive end tonight. Valanciunas trying to bully Jeff Green and got the little jump hook to go inside. The Raptors need some life here. They're down by 16.
Well, anytime that the young man has received the ball down inside, he's been able to do something with it. That's his 6th basket in the game.
21 points and 21 rebounds in game 1.
See, I like this also. When you post him up and you're not going to double team him, come on, he's going to have his way here.
LeBron fades away over Siakam. He's hotter than fish grease. Wow. 37 now for LeBron James. And an offensive foul against the Raptors.
Now this is just a clear out, no double team, leaving Siakam on an island with LeBron. See, to fade away, he's feeling it so great that he doesn't need to go to the basket.
And that was the 5th foul, Hubie, as the other OB is going to have his turn again, trying to guard LeBron. James has 37 on 16 of 22. The fadeaway, this one is going to be a miss.
Anunoby played the ball that time. But see, that's the way the game is going. They lose the ball goes out of bounds.
Cleveland basketball, no reset on the shot clock. 2.3 seconds to shoot it. James rising up. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. They'll play on. Didn't hit anything. DeRozan with the Eurostep. And count the bucket. Jeff Green interfered with it.
That was a beautiful move.
The lead is down to 16.
Well, look, they have plenty of time. We've seen a lot of teams come back in the NBA, especially playing at home. The building will get behind them, but you must defend.
This is the best home team in the NBA this year during the regular season. LeBron coming off the Thompson screen. Fadeaway. What'd you expect? 39 for LeBron James. DeRozan and one.
Okay, nice move. DeRozan, the last 2 plays covered from half court to the basket off the dribble. Now, this is just a great move. Takes the hit. Young man going to take the 3. He likes the mid-range and then taking you to the hole.
Yeah, averaged a career high 5.2 assists this year. The lead is 15 points, under 8 minutes to go. Anunoby trying to stick LeBron James.
I'll say this is smart. He's going to run some block here, regroup.
James into the paint to Kevin Love. And a rare miss in the second half for Love.
You have to push now. They don't have a lot of time. You have to push. Get something good.
DeRozan inside.
Nice.
Valanciunas with the rebound. Got it.
That's what you did. Now you see that people are starting to come back into the game here, but it has to be defensively first, and then push on the break.
The lead is 13. The Raptors trying to make a last gasp effort and run as Ty Lue, all the way out at midcourt, wants to talk things over and calls timeout. Back to Toronto right after this.
NBA Conference Semi.
They leave home 2-0. Now, right now, I just want to tell you about LeBron James. He has 13 assists and only 1 turnover. So in 2 games now, he has 26 assists and 2 turnovers.
Incredible efficiency. Green from deep, and Jeff Green has it working too.
Yep.
With that three-pointer, Jeff Green has 14.
Now look, Jeff Green gave 16 in game 1. He's 4 for 6 in the 3-ball tonight. 4 for 6.
Wade is back up to 16 points. DeRozan on the drive, missed it. Love clears it. And Kevin Love, looking like the old Kevin Love, the guy that was averaging 20 points and 10 rebounds a game up to January. He has rediscovered his form, albeit for one night here in Toronto.
Well, in the playoffs, up to tonight's game, he was a -7 points off of the year. And the shooting percentage and the 3-ball were very low, probably lowest of his career. But tonight, he has really been outstanding.
Missed 7 weeks earlier this year with a broken hand. LeBron backing down DeRozan. There's that fadeaway, and it's butter. It's smooth. LeBron with 41.
DeRozan almost got the one before that one to the left of the lane.
And DeRozan back at him at the other end. DeMar DeRozan staying engaged offensively. He's got 22. Lowry has 21, but Toronto needs a bunch of stops here. Past the midway point of the 4th quarter. Raptors trying to stop from going down 2-0 in the series against the team that's eliminated them the last 2 years in the playoffs. 4 on the shot clock for LeBron James.
Hold on.
We're speechless, Hubie Brown.
No.
That was incredible.
The clock was ready to go off, but how about the quick move on the reverse with the fake?
43 points for LeBron James here. An explosion of offense from him in the second half.
Now watch the shake. Now watch the fake. See, I come right back, and then I throw the fade away. Look where he is. The distance on the fadeaway.
That is an unguardable, unassailable team. Lose to Oklahoma City back in January by almost 30 points.
Yeah,
it's a different crew now altogether.
A different crew, and also you had trades, you had guys missing because of injuries, but now you can see the spacing is so much better. The nucleus of chemistry is much better, and now Ty has healthy people, and now you can operate differently. And then all of a sudden, the young guys that you got in a trade, you don't need their minutes. Now,
Tell you what, Michelle Beal, Mike Greenberg, and Jalen Rose on Get Up tomorrow morning. They'll have a lot to talk about when they analyze and chop it up about this game. Tomorrow, Friday, 7 a.m. on ESPN. Jalen will dissect the key plays from this game. Experts weighing in on Houston and Golden State. Will they meet in the Western Conference Finals? Live updates from the second round of the Wells Fargo Championship, including Tiger Woods on the course. Get Up tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. 20-point lead for the Cavaliers. Lowry, he made his first 6 shots of the game, but that seems like ages ago now. Under 5 minutes to go.
Toronto is trying with a lot of effort, but they're not double teaming hard the guys that are hurting him in the one-on-one situations throughout the game, meaning Love and LeBron.
That time they double-teamed LeBron. They got it out of his hands, and it didn't matter because J.R. Smith made the 3.
Because we said J.R. Smith made 5 threes in game 1, and also Korver. Now give them credit. They just keep playing. Now that's one of the very few shot attempts J.R. Smith has had in the game.
DeRozan a little bit strong inside, and the Cavaliers come up with a loose ball rebound. It's George Hill, and it's all smiles on that Cavalier bench with 4 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter.
Now this has been beautiful to watch because of the unselfishness. The assists have been, and then LeBron James in the one-on-one mode, whether he passes or scores, has just been, Oh, now.
You never know. It looked good from here for a minute.
Well, come on. I mean, that was really high, all right? Almost up to the mezzanine, all right?
Fred VanVleet with the corner 3 makes it a 20-point game with 3.5 minutes to go. Time on the floor LeBron James choreographing another victory here in Toronto. Eastern time, Powell with a bucket for the Raptors. But it's much too little, much too late for Toronto. They will go down 2-0 and head to Cleveland, where they've lost 5 straight playoff games. That game will be Saturday night as Cleveland sets a new franchise playoff record with only 3 turnovers in this game.
That's right.
This one is over. The Cavaliers win it